About 5 months ago, I made a video covering the 5 things that Whoop must do to make sure the Whoop 5.0 doesn't suck. In that video, I did not mention don't put a screen on it because I thought, frankly, there's no way on earth they would do that. Well, it turns out they might. According to a leak found on Reddit, you can see a user asking the Whoop coach, which is that AI feature currently offered on Whoop, what is the screen on the Whoop 5.0 used for? There are probably 4 or 5 reasons why I have stuck with Whoop as opposed to one of the many other wearables, things that really separate it from those wearables, and not having the screen was definitely one of them. And I feel pretty confident in saying that many of you feel the same way I do about adding yet another screen to our lives. How many screens do I personally currently use and own? Let's see. Smartwatch, got a phone, got a tablet, got a laptop, 2 different VR headsets. If you've been watching my videos for the last year and a half, you know that I'm trending away from screens. So if this is real, this is definitely kind of a blow for me personally. Is this even real? Number one, it could definitely be faked. With all of the current technology, that would not be a difficult thing to do. Despite it looking very authentic, it definitely could be fake. Number 2, and I think this is even more important, it really goes against the ethos of what Whoop set out to be. Whoop themselves even state, keep your eye on your performance, not on a screen. Ethos aside, if I think about everything they would have to change logistically, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. The charger would once again have to change. The bands would once again have to change. All of the clothing and accessories they've made would have to change. All of that money that you've dumped into creating this ecosystem would be basically for nothing. We're all using our Whoop, lifting, doing jujitsu, doing all these crazy activities. How many more returns and repairs would they have to make because of broken screens? Something tells me that would be a huge overhaul and a ton of money. But I think more than any of these things, the most important point would be, why would they make a screen when every other wearable has one and they're probably better at doing it? Like, who would want a Whoop when you could just have an Apple Watch? With an Apple Watch, I can get calls and make calls. I can send texts, receive texts. I can download maps. I can pay for my gas and my groceries, all from the watch. The Whoop is not going to do that. And because of the subscription, it's less of a value proposition after a year than, let's say, the Apple Watch SE. If you would humor me for a second, I want to dive into that leak and examine it a little deeper. What's the screen on Whoop 5.0 used for? This feels authentic because the grammar and the punctuation just isn't that great, which seems very human. And the response is, the screen on the Whoop 5.0 device is designed to provide you with real-time data and insights. It allows you to view and interact with your key metrics like recovery, strain, and sleep directly from your wrist. This is an interesting point. That first sentence, it's designed to provide you with real-time data and insights. The Whoop 4.0 already does that. The only difference is it doesn't do it from your wrist. It does it from your phone. It also gives you the ability to start and stop activities, view your live heart rate, and more. Whoop 4.0 already does this. It's just doing it from a phone rather than your wrist. It's like having a personal fitness coach on your wrist giving you information to optimize your performance and recovery. Again, all of these things are things that Whoop already does. Is there a massive advantage to just doing it on your wrist? I don't know. I don't really feel like that's the case. However, a bit of me gets a little bit worried because I personally have been complaining to Whoop. I've said to them so many times, even in that aforementioned video. Number 3, I want my 3 scores on my Apple Watch. That's right. Whoop, I've asked for this many times, and some of your people have even told me it was coming, but it hasn't yet. It's making me frustrated. One of the things that Whoop 5.0 needs to not suck is an Apple Watch app. I want to be able to see my 3 scores from my Apple Watch. I really want that. And then I think about that. Maybe Whoop thought, hey, we should do that. But like so many companies before it, maybe when they dove in deep with Apple and saw the nightmare that is the App Store, they said, F it. Why don't we just do it ourselves and put a screen on the Whoop 5.0? There's a little bit of me that's worried that they've attempted to do that. What do I believe? Well, I really don't see this being real. I mean, I'm kind of an optimist here, but I can't imagine Whoop looked at this critically, saw all the upsides and downsides, and thought, hey, this makes way more sense to have a screen and lose 60 or 70% of our following just to gain back like 30% from new subscribers now that we have a screen. Now, I'm just throwing out those statistics. I've ran polls, I've asked questions, and it's kind of a mixed bag. On my Whoop community, the Super Secret Club, if you haven't joined, you definitely need to. There's details down below. When I asked them, hey, do you guys want a screen? Everybody was like, hell no, stay away from a screen. That's what I hope. Anyway, and personally, if they did go to a screen for the 5.0, I think I would have to just bow out. At this point, it's tough as a content creator, especially when I've built this channel on the back of Whoop, to be like, yeah, this really doesn't make sense for me anymore, and peace out, but it really doesn't. Now, if they were to keep the 4.0, I would happily keep the 4.0 because I love it. But I'm really hoping that the 5.0 gets all of these great improvements and doesn't have a screen. More importantly than any of this, I want to know what you think. Do you think the Whoop 5.0 will have a screen? Do you think it should have a screen? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Well, what'd you guys think of the video? Do you guys like Whoop content? If so, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. And do me a favor and hit the like button while you're down there. If you don't have a Whoop and you want to try one and you want to try it for free, you can use my link down in the description below. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I will catch you on the next one. Peace. So good. Have you guys tried Spilt yet? The Spilt chocolate milk. It's caffeinated protein chocolate milk. It's absolutely delicious. I'm not going to stop talking about it. It's so good. They have chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and then a max chocolate. These have 60 milligrams of caffeine. The max chocolate have 140. This is not sponsored. You should just go buy some. They're freaking delicious. Amazon.